I'd be lying if I said I didn't get intimidated coming down here sometimes. You tend to see some pretty interesting things while poking around the desert. While the drainages might be littered with evidence of illegal activity, the hillsides are home to some super cool pokey plants, and of course, the tiny, hard-to-find whitetails that have become one of my favorite animals to pursue. To me, Coues deer are the coolest variation of whitetail deer simply because of where they live. They seem to prefer higher elevation, steeper terrain, often being in areas consisting primarily of native vegetation. It's interesting because the mule deer in the Southwest often show up in lower, flatter country, and we'll often see them near agriculture. It almost seems to be a role reversal from what we're used to in Montana, where the whitetails are in the river bottoms near agriculture, and the mule deer occupy the native highlands and mountains. But because of this phenomenon, Coues deer are definitely my preferred species down here. The best aspect of this hunt is that I get to share it with my dad. He's wanted to come hunt Coues deer for a while now, and we're finally making it happen. I told him that he needed to be prepared to glass for days on end before he expected to see a buck. I told him the importance of glassing off a tripod in order to see the subtle movements that hopefully give away a deer's location. And of course, after all that buildup of telling him how difficult it is to spot the gray ghost, how it's entirely possible we don't even see a buck on the hunt, it's only fitting that the first spot that we pull over upon entering our unit, we step out of the truck and immediately see a really nice buck standing 300 yards away in the open on the skyline. It just didn't feel right to shoot one right away. Either one of us would have been pumped about the size of that buck, but it just didn't feel like a hunt, and it was the first Coues buck my dad had ever seen. So we came back the next day with plans to hike into the drainage the buck had disappeared into.
Did you see that deer bed down there?
I did.
Right below the little rock with the little oak in front of it. All right. You know, he just laid there and just watched the pickups drive by. Pretty neat. Where's the deer?
They're gonna be right where we find them.
Okay.
I saw 8 does way down in the bottom.
Productive morning, just not for bucks. Glassed for, what, been out here for at least an hour now, I think. How many does did you see?
15, maybe more.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Pretty good bunch. I mean, a couple different groups and some lone ones, but couldn't put antlers on any of them.
Need to find a buck, but I'm just gonna keep mosey on over to a different knob and sit above a water tank, see if anything comes to that, and then maybe relocate in the afternoon if we don't find anything here. But
Sounds good.
super nice out, a little breezy, but it's a nice temperature for me.
Yeah.
Just sitting here in a sweater, and yeah. Anyway, keep at it.
Good thing we headed up there in the dark.
Yeah.
That's a little steeper than I like to usually climb first thing in the morning.
You didn't know what we were up against.
Yeah. No wonder that buck was up there. Nice country, though.
I grew up hunting with my dad. He made sure the whole family was immersed into the outdoors, camping, fishing, hunting. He was there for all of my firsts while hunting. First grouse, first antelope, First deer, first elk. He taught me a ton about the outdoors all over Montana, so I was really hoping to repay the favor by showing him a landscape and style of hunting that he's never experienced. I also still owe him a ton of sweat equity for all the critters he's helped me pull out of the field over the years.
They're just over that far ridge.
For me, Coues deer hunting becomes a mental challenge more than anything. Remaining patient, carefully observing, waiting to see subtle movement. I normally love covering ground with my feet, but the more I hunt here, the more I realize how much more effective it is to just cover ground with glass. You do end up sitting still quite a bit more, but it also tends to lead to plenty of time for conversation. It just has a different feel than when you're sitting at home or even in a vehicle. It feels like the world just slows down a bit and you can relax while scanning the hillsides. I got to hear plenty of old stories while simultaneously creating new stories. Being in the desert, we had some pretty cool firsts. We got to see our first tarantula hawk, which ended up taking a liking to my dad's orange bino harness.
Is this gonna follow you wherever you go? You're gonna have to ditch your bino harness.
I thought it was pretty hilarious at the time, but my dad later sent me an article that described the experience of getting stung by one, stating that their sting is reported to be the second most painful sting of any insect. We also got to see a vermilion flycatcher, which turned out to be incredibly entertaining to watch. Just being in a novel landscape, seeing all the different plants and animals inherently makes for a fun time. Being it was December, we had longer nights, which lent itself to us being able to cook up some pretty dang good meals in the little house that we had rented for the trip.
Mule deer stir fry. What mule deer is it?
I don't know. It's either your mom's or mine.
Okay. Nice.
We continued to hunt and glass for 4 days, and we kept finding deer, but we just couldn't turn up a buck. It was a little discouraging. But that challenge is also what makes it so intriguing. After 4 days of only spotting does, we finally caught a glimpse of another buck, and immediately our excitement skyrocketed.
I found a buck. He's I can see his antlers from here. By golly.
He's a long ways away.
He's a long ways away.
I love this clip. There are 2 visible bucks on the screen. Feel free to pause and try to find them. These deer blend in incredibly well.
It's on. Yeah, there's 2 of them actually. They're 1,200 yards away right now. So we'll give it a heck. Let's do it. Okay.
Up to you, but I'll give you a shot right here. Good shot. I'll back you up on the second one.
That's gotta be a good sign. Randy would hang it in a tree for good luck. Yeah. Well, I think we got ghosted by the gray ghost.
By the gray ghost.
We made a great stalk. We had the wind down in a draw, out of sight. We closed to within 300 yards of where we last saw them, but they weren't there. So maybe if Marcus didn't have to wait for his old man, he would have got up there in time.
Nah, I feel like they just wrapped around that corner maybe because it's only 100 yards or so. And they're out of sight, but...
No, that was fun. And it's just a beautiful evening.
Oh, yeah.
Great sunset.
Great views to walk back to the truck at.
The evening light was just awesome. Yeah, well, tomorrow's another day. We might come back, see if we can find him again.
This is the best thing we have going for us. So
Yeah.
see if we can find him again.
Buck spotted. We're gonna make a play. Yeah, did it for once from what we saw yesterday, but we're gonna see if we can get up on them before they go to bed. Here we go. Here we go.
As the buck fed uphill into the brush, we realized we needed to get closer and get a more stable shooting position. So we backed out and we continued to work up the ridge. Dropped him. Might have been high. But he's his head's up. He's not going anywhere. You see him down below, right below where that Ocotillo. I think he's done. He's going down. Nice. That other one, did you? That small buck's standing there.
We'll get him. Get him.
I might try.
Get him. Oh, he just jumped out of frame. He went to the right. Kind of flagged.
I might shoot him if you give me a shot. If that's
Yeah, go ahead. I can't. I'm not gonna find him, but take him. Huh?
zoom out.
Let's focus.
He's almost right where that buck is.
And I don't no.
Ready?
Huh?
Ready?
Yeah, I can't see. Sounded like a hit.
Did it? We lost him in the sea.
I have no idea what happened. I shot at that little buck. I felt really good about the shot, but you said you thought it sounded like a hit.
Yeah, it's like a delay. Boom, whop. So we'll see.
We didn't get it on film. But
No, I didn't have it. Marcus tells me mine dropped, and now I'm getting the shakes. We'll go see.
All right, let's get up there. Happens quick.
It did.
I don't know about mine. I lost him in the scope, and then I couldn't see anything after. So
Okay.
I have no idea.
I
We'll
could-
find
I
out.
wasn't- I couldn't-
Yours is
I
down.
couldn't see it.
Let's get up
Okay,
there.
we'll go check.
As we hiked up to where both bucks had been standing, the small buck stepped out. He was not hit, and he walked away unfazed. I didn't shoot again in the off chance that there had been two small bucks, but sure enough, when we went up to where he was standing, there was no blood or sign of a hit. But that's okay, because my dad's first Coues deer was laying there dead.
Oh my. Oh, what a beaut. Oh, wow. What a beaut. Oh. That's bigger than some of my Montana whitetails. That's awesome. Oh. Oh, what a beautiful buck. Oh. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Marcus. Oh. Oh.
That worked.
All right.
I can't focus the camera. I'm so excited.
You might sell me on this whole scope setup eventually.
Yeah, you switched guns at the last second.
Yeah, I brought my personal rifle with a Leopold scope, but 300 yards is about my max. And we set up earlier and they were a little far and I was on shooting sticks and it just wasn't going to work. So Marcus set me up with his gun and by golly, I'm impressed.
I forgot the completely spaced wind though. It was a little back, but
Oh, I'm just glad he's laying here.
he's dead. It was one, still killed him.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice, beautiful, beautiful deer.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't be happier.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a little bigger than I thought. I mean, all the stories I was hearing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. It really sucks getting old. In case you guys were wondering.
Honestly, I felt pretty dang good after that day. It was a successful hunt and we had an incredible experience. I had zero expectations of finding another buck. But we did have one day left, so we went back out to give it one last shot.
I guess it's my turn now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You're a camera guy.
You saw how well I did yesterday.
Well, you know, if we see one way out there, you can sit here at the spot and scope and film from afar, and I'll run over there. You can do that.
That sounds like a plan.
But we're on the same glass and nub as we were yesterday. We saw quite a few does behind us too, so I'm hoping something's still around, or that little spiky 2-point's still here. But there's those other 2 bucks that could be here, so we'll see. Hopefully find something. Yeah, it's supposed to rain too, which will be interesting. We saw some lightning when we were driving in, but
Yeah, not the greatest place to be on top of a knob in a lightning storm. So.
we'll see.
gonna weather the storm and inside the truck. Much nicer in here.
Yeah, and there was a bit of lightning popping too, so not a good time to be up on a glassing knob.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never seen rain down here. That's the first time for southern Arizona rain. We're not usually here in the monsoons when it is actually coming, but.
Well, the rain cleared up. It's pretty warm and humid now. Just dead silent, no wind. It's kind of weird. But found a sweet spot to glass tonight. New spot, place I've never been before. So can see a couple deer out already. Fingers crossed. My dad's gonna join me here in a second. He was cleaning up the truck, so he's gonna hike up here in a little bit. But it's kind of the last evening, the last chance. So we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna make a play. Alright, it's getting dark. Just spotted a Coues Deer out here, 630 yards, so I'm gonna make a play really quick. I'm just gonna leave the camera with you, and I'll try to phone scope it, but if I don't get it on film, I don't care, I'm still shooting it. So, I'm gonna go try to kill this thing. Alright, thanks. Good luck. Just press the button to stop recording, and then that's the off button. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause this real quick. I'll be completely honest. I was so focused on the shoulder of that deer, I had no idea there was even a second buck standing there. Not until I looked at the footage later. Well, I just shot that buck, but I think I bumped the tripod. Sorry. I got really excited. I thought he was going to walk behind that hill and go out of my life forever. But I think it sounded like it's 2 hits. I shot twice. It was 250 yards. I'm going to run over there. Whew, that happened fast. That was wild. I didn't realize how big he was either. I think this might be a different buck that we saw at 6:30. I don't know. This is one of the bigger Coues bucks I've seen. Definitely the biggest Coues buck I've ever seen in a rifle season. Sweet. Oh my God. That was the last day, the last 20 minutes. There's, I don't know, 15 minutes of light left right now. Oh my God. That is insane. That is so insane. What a trip. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is wild. Thank you, buddy. Oh, man. We can drive within 100 yards of him.
I like that.
I got loaded up the camera and the game bags.
We'll need to. Oh, I can't believe it. Everything was just like, I ran over there. And he was about to, I think he was about to go out of sight down the hill too. He was looking away. Because it took me forever to find him. I got over there pretty quick and it took me forever. And then I was just like,
Get that camera. I'll film this.
I was shaking so bad. I was just shaking. I'm like, and so I took the tripod. I put the binoculars on the tripod, and I started scanning. Like, there he is. 250. Oh God! And then he started walking. And he was about to go out of sight. I'm like, put the spine scope on the tripod, got him in the frame, and then laid down. Shot, boom, whop, and then he's quartering hard away.
I heard that shot.
And I shot him again, and I hit him twice.
Yeah, I heard
but
that.
But second, I don't know, he was quartering away, but I didn't know where I hit him on the first one. He was still standing, so. And then I looked at the phone scope, and it was nowhere near on the deer. I must have kicked the tripod. So it's not on film. The shot, the audio is. It's a different buck, though, than I think the one that we first
saw.
Yeah.
It's a nice buck.
You'll have to see.
Okay, cool. When we were up the hill, and Marcus took off, he goes, mind if I ditch you? Oh, and by the way, can you get my chair, my camera, and my other stuff here?
I just took off running. I'm like, there was a half hour-ish of light left, maybe.
Yeah.
And I just ran over there. Oh, my God. I was just shaking so bad. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah,
All
good
right.
deal.
Oh man, what a buck! What a buck! Look at that. That's massive. Beautiful, Marcus. Beautiful. What a dandy.
Oh, I was gonna say, we're supposed to have Coues Deer backstrap again for dinner tonight.
I like it.
Oh, so cool. It's such a nice buck.
That's an unbelievable buck.
I would have killed any buck tonight and been so stoked because Coues Deer meat is delicious and would love to just have another variety of meat in the freezer, but this is a very welcome surprise. This is so cool. I'm so excited. What a trip.
Oh, unbelievable.
To go from, we were feeling like we weren't going to kill a deer. And then we killed two.
Yeah.
We didn't hardly see a buck. And then we got two of them. And two really great bucks. We were going to shoot anything. Like spikes were on the table.
Yeah.
But these will do.
Good deal. There he goes. The happy hunter.
We were on cloud 9, excited to cook up some fresh Coues tenderloin, but as we got back to the house, gears quickly shifted as we walked up to the front door.
Nothing like coming back to your Airbnb and just having a giant rattlesnake greet you at the door. It was literally sitting right at the door when I walked up. He just slithered over there.
Look at the rattles on that thing.
I know.
Just an absolutely incredible trip. We saw new species, we took home some amazing memories, and some tasty meat. Road tripping home was also quite an experience. We got to reminisce about the trip and plan future trips. We visited Holloman Air Force Base, one of the many places my dad lived growing up as my grandpa flew for the Air Force. We got to see the white sands where they played as kids. We saw several oryx that now occupy the area. And of course, listened to countless stories as we drove home. This trip was one for the books and provided multiple new stories that will be added to the list.